where now we bring you the greatest sporting event of the year, in hell.
Old Harry's Game by Andy Hamilton, starring Annette Crosby as Edith, Robert Duncan as Scumspawn, Jimmy Mulville as Thomas, and Andy Hamilton as Satan.
All right. I know you're all excited about witnessing this great sporting contest, but first off, a warning about verbal abuse, okay? Any demon that I catch not engaging in verbal abuse will be immediately ejected, all right?
I brought her, my prince.
Edith, enter my royal box. Don't worry, that's not a euphemism. How are you, Pedal?
As well as can be expected for someone who is rotting for all eternity.
Good. That's what I like about you. You never moan. We hear a lot of moaning down here, don't we, Scumspawn?
Oh, yes, sir. Some people, you ask them how they are, and all they can talk about is the red-hot poker lodged in their bottoms.
I know. I mean, who wants to talk shop all the time? I mean, it's like they've got no interests outside their own orifices.
Why have you brought me here?
To see this, my new satanic stadium. Look at it, state-of-the-art.
That's right. It has a capacity of 80,000. It's got nice modern toilets with automatic hoof dryers, perfect sight lines, massive video screens, and huge speakers that can blare out deafening techno music, which will render conversation impossible and make your ears bleed.
Yeah. It's based on the new Wembley. We've staged all sorts of events here. Elvis Presley concert.
You got Elvis to sing for you?
Yeah, all you have to do is dangle a bun in front of his nose.
And most recently, we held a Lord of the Rings extravaganza.
Yeah, we watched Tolkien being beaten to a pulp by hobbits. Yeah, very entertaining, especially when he started screaming for mercy in Elvish. Yeah.
This is the most spectacular event yet, Edith. The Infernal Olympics.
Infernal Olympics.
Yeah, it's like the real Olympics, only without the corruption and the travel chaos.
Except it's like the Olympics of all Olympics, Edith. For instance, we just saw a 100-metre final featuring some of the world's fastest sprinters. Harold Abrahams, Eric Liddell, Jesse Owens, and a Bengal tiger.
Yeah, Jesse Owens won. The tiger was winning, but he stopped to eat the bloke in lane 4.
And right now it's the world's best ever competing against each other in the shot put.
Yeah, next up it's Müller, the champion of the former communist East Germany. See?
Is that a man or a woman?
You'd need to be a scientist to answer.
Well, you must excuse me. I have no desire to witness your tacky perversions of the Olympics.
But you're a historian, and there are lots of historical figures here. Look, there's Henry VIII, see? Over at the pole vault. He's the landing mat.
I am a serious historian.
I think a serious historian might have finished my biography by now.
Yes. Well, it's a very depressing and difficult project. Your story has no proper beginning, middle, or end.
Oh, I knew I should have asked A.J.P. Taylor. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll get David Starkey to do it when he gets down here. Which can't be long now at the rate he's annoying people. Scumspawn.
Yes, my liege.
Those demons in the North Stand there, I feel their credibility as personifications of evil is being diminished.
Is it the huge foam rubber hand?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I'll have them confiscated, my prince.
Well, this has been average. Now, if you'll excuse me...
You can't leave now. You'll miss the weightlifting.
I don't want to see it.
But look who's competing.
Thomas, that scrawny ratbag can't weightlift. When he was married to my daughter, he couldn't even lift a finger.
Yeah. Well, I've offered him an incentive. Thomas, you know the deal?
Yeah. You're saying that if I succeed in lifting this above my head and holding it there for 20 seconds, that you will never, ever torment me again in any way.
Correct.
You all heard that. You're all witnesses, right? Watch this. Clean and jerk. Here I go.
Oh, he's got it halfway. That is impressive. Oh, well done, Thomas. He's got it above his head. That is amazing.
Oh, 1, 2...
How heavy is that?
Well, I'm not precisely sure.
5, 6...
Obviously, it must be quite a considerable weight because it's a hippo.
9, 10...
I think he's going to do it.
11...
Fair play, Thomas. That is astonishing.
13... 14...
You're actually holding it above your head.
16...
A hippo.
17...
A fully grown, incontinent hippo.
What
That's looking a bit panicky.
Oh, no. 18!
Oh, careful, Thomas. Getting a bit slippery underfoot.
19!
So close.
I know. I think that hippo's afraid of heights. How unlucky is that?
It's crushing me.
Why isn't the hippo moving?
I think it's blacked out.
Oh, no.
Well, thank you for that. It's always enjoyable watching Thomas get crushed. But I think I've seen enough now, so...
Oh, stay and watch my Olympics. Next up, it's a javelin catching.
The Olympics are not about pain and humiliation.
Excuse me?
The Olympics
I wonder if someone could possibly...
is about mankind coming together.
lift this hippo.
It's an ideal that was started by the ancient Greeks.
God breathe.
Who gave us democracy, epic poetry, geometry.
All right, so they invented limericks and triangles, but...
They gave us great philosophers.
Navel-gazing slackers.
The Acropolis.
A pretentious shed.
And they created the true spirit of the Olympics.
The true spirit.
Sire, Thomas is turning rather blue.
The Greeks were paragons of reason and nobility.
Okay, that's it, girl. You're coming with me.
Scum spawn? Yes, Thomas. I don't suppose you could get this hippo off me. I'd love to, but I can't. It's a demonic creature conjured up magically by my supreme prince, the Lord of Darkness. It's Satan-sourced. Only he has the power to unhippo this hippo. Sorry. Okay, still look on the bright side. The bright side? Well, I think its bladder is empty. Oh, no, my mistake.
Here we go, Edith. In this pit, we have lots of people who couldn't be bothered to get properly dressed, or as you'd call them, ancient Greeks.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Now then, the ones we're interested in are this lot over here. Oi, you! Tell this good lady your claim to fame.
We are the founders of the first Olympic Games.
We presided over the very first games in the sacred grove.
Oh, yes, in 776 BC.
What? BC? What you talking about?
BC stands for before Christ. Yeah, it's a long story. Basically, God's son was born in a stable and then mankind crucified him.
We crucified the son of Zeus? He'll be living. It'll be volcanoes on tidal waves for 24 hours a day.
No, look, it's not important. Now, this lady is a historian and she would like to ask you some questions.
Yes. Now, first of all, why were the games founded?
As a religious festival, the games were about honoring the gods, spiritual purity, fellowship between the mortal and the divine, and, of course, legacy.
Legacy?
Legacy, oh yes. The Sacred Grove got 3 shopping centres out of it.
And a velodrome.
Oh, right. You mentioned fellowship earlier. Presumably, that's the crucial element.
Oh, yes. The games were about bringing people together.
Any male athletes could take part.
No matter where they're from.
Provided they were Greek.
Why did they have to be Greek?
Well, we didn't want foreign kids competing.
No. Polluting the purity of the games.
Yes, we had to protect the brand.
Right. I see. Why are you smirking?
I think you know why.
So let me get this straight. The athletes had to be male and Greek.
And naked.
Naked?
Oh, yes.
Why did they have to be naked?
They just did.
It was a religious requirement.
Oh, yes, it was religious.
To purify themselves, they had to bathe in sacred oils before they raced.
Naked.
And that first games, was it only foot races?
Yes, it was, but in subsequent games we expanded the number of events to include the long jump, the discus, the javelin, and beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball?
Well, we had a big new stadium to fill.
20,000!
Mostly corporate packages.
Ah, so you didn't pay for the games by collecting the money from taxes?
Collecting the money from taxes?
Yes, collecting
Edith, they're Greek.
But these early Olympic Games, I'm assuming they were a huge success.
Good Lord, no. We ran up enormous debt, but luckily we got the Persians to step in with a massive bailout.
I think I've got the solution to your problem.
Is it some heavy lifting gear?
No, I couldn't find any heavy lifting gear, but I have got Valerie.
Valerie?
Yes, Valerie's an expert in pain management.
Hello, Thomas.
Now, how do you plan to manage his pain, Valerie?
Well, first, I need to make an initial assessment of his situation.
An initial assessment?
Oh, yes. Now, let's see. Yes. Yes, I think I can see the problem. It's the hippo. It's crushing you under its weight.
I know that.
Oh, well, that's a plus, isn't it?
Eh?
Well, I always think pain is a lot worse when you don't know what's causing it, don't you?
Yes, that's very true.
It's all that anxiety from worrying about all the things it might be. But you don't have to worry about that, Thomas.
Lucky me.
There. Positive thinking, that helps as well. Now, I'm going to draw up your own personal pain management program that...
Oh, what's wrong, Valerie?
It's just a paper cut.
Oh, there's nothing worse, is there?
I think there is.
Especially get lemon juice in it and steam.
Oh, I know.
Shut up!
Good. That's good. Research shows that verbal aggression reduces pain. That's why swearing helps.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, you stupid...
Thomas! Let's not try the swearing therapy, Valerie. Not with Thomas.
Right. Well, there are other pain management techniques we can try. For instance...
Listen, I am Satan's personal punchbag, so there's nothing you can teach me about pain because you've never experienced the extreme pain that I
have, actually, if you must know. I have had a very real, horrible, personal experience of terrible, extreme pain.
Was this by any chance when one of your patients bludgeoned you to death?
Oh, don't be sarcastic, Thomas.
How did he know that?
So, as the Olympic Committee, you were responsible for the rules and regulations, and you administered the staging of the games.
And we had special lanes for our chariots, yes.
Right.
With our own drivers.
Who had to wear hats.
Did they?
Oh, yes. And, of course, we had to devise new events, like the Pancration, which was boxing combined with wrestling.
Right.
And nakedness.
A match could go on for days, and it wasn't confined to rounds, not even a ring.
No, sometimes it would even get as far as the inside of my house.
Yes. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
I was merely being hospitable.
All right, you lot. Stop all the chest bumping and nostril flaring.
What about women?
Married women were allowed into the stadium to watch.
But not unmarried.
No. Here, do you remember that time when we discovered that unmarried girl in the crowd?
Oh, yes, that's right. We caught her in the front row. She was so embarrassed.
She went beetroot.
And the crowd were all laughing.
And we made her take poison.
Happy days.
Have you seen enough of these paragons of reason and nobility yet?
Yes. Well, it may interest all you lot to know that thousands of years after your deaths, the Olympics are still going strong.
Really? Oh, that is marvelous.
With more competitors than ever.
Splendid.
Half of them women.
Eh?
Most of them non-Greeks.
What?
And all of them wearing clothes.
Oh.
I always feared this would happen.
Huh?
Well, they've lost sight of the true spirit of the Olympics.
Yeah, very true. Right, clothes off, let's wrestle. Now you
Thomas, I've got another idea.
It better not involve Valerie.
No. Don't think she'll be coming back. Not after the things you said. I've never heard swearing as bad as that. Oh, and by the way, you're wrong. I looked it up. The C word is just a noun. You can't use it as a verb, participle, or adjective. And especially not in the same sentence.
I just told her to...
Language, Thomas, please. There's a lady present.
Hello there.
But that's...
Marilyn Monroe, yes. See, I thought maybe you might find the strength to lever the unconscious hippo off you if I gave you the right incentive.
I'm a great admirer of yours, Marilyn. A huge fan. A really massive... The smell is the hippo, by the way.
Oh, you poor man. You need to get out from under there.
It's so hard, Marilyn.
This is no time for flirting, Thomas. You must be in so much pain.
I am.
I can't bear to see someone in pain.
No, well...
Pain is just awful.
Yes, I know it.
I knew a lot of pain in my life.
Yes, I know that.
President Kennedy said he would leave his wife for me.
Did he? Well,
And then he didn't.
All right, well...
That caused me a lot of pain.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Bobby Kennedy also caused me a lot of pain.
Well, that's,
He didn't leave his wife for me either.
Didn't he? Well...
Men were always promising to leave their wives.
Well...
There's some kind of pattern here, but I can't work out what it is.
Oh, no, I hate it when women cry. Oh, now stuff's coming out of her pretty little nose. Well, don't just lie there under that hippo, Thomas. Do something.
I still maintain that there is such a thing as the true spirit of the Olympics.
Oh, you shouldn't be allowed out. Okay, here's the next one.
Ah, beauteous maiden, your radiance outshines the evening star.
Oh, stop it.
This is Pindar, Edith. He attended lots of ancient Olympics. He was head of odes.
How did you go about composing an ode?
Well, at first I would choose my hero to eulogize. Then I'd begin by singing the praises of their ancestors and the town of their birth. Then I'd take a famous myth and liken it to their heroic deeds. For instance, what is your name, sweet goddess?
Edith.
Oh, most superb and wondrous Edith. Most noble offspring of the legendary...
Clive and Beryl.
Most noble offspring of the legendary Clive and Beryl. Glorious daughter of that burnished golden jewel of towns that is...
Cowden Beef.
That golden jewel of towns that is Cowden Beef. From whence she sprang, and as mighty Perseus with shields so bright, so did Edith slay the Gorgon most foul, and soar in triumph as she... name one of your heroic feats.
Well, I usually did quite well in exams.
So did Edith slay the Gorgon most foul, and soar in triumph as she... did quite well in her exams. That'll be 50 drachmas.
I don't allow financial transactions in hell.
I'll treat it as a lost leader. So, noble Edith, would you like me to write you an ode commemorating how you won Olympic gold in the discus?
But I've never won Olympic gold in the discus.
That needn't be a problem.
Well, it is if it isn't true.
Yes, but they won't know that back in Cowden Beef, will they? And they'll probably put up a statue to you.
This is outrageous.
Oh, come on. So I was only supposed to write odes for the real winners, was I? How's a lyric poet supposed to eat?
You, sir, are a disgrace to the great tradition of Homer.
Don't start banging on about Homer. Listen, the Iliad is solid fibs. Helen of Troy had a face like a bag of spanners. It was a wooden goat. And the Greeks lost. But Agamemnon was paying, so do the maths. Similarly, the Odyssey, complete tosh. Odysseus never even left Ithaca. He was agoraphobic.
I'm not listening to this cynical, self-justifying claptrap. Let's go. I've heard enough.
No, I don't think you have.
Oh, no, Marilyn's still crying. Oh, look at her breast heaving. Thomas.
Sorry, what?
Calm her. Say something soothing.
Why me?
Oh, because I'm a demon, and demons have very poor comforting skills.
Where did I go wrong?
Go on. Say something. Well, the thing is, Norma Jean, it seems to me you live your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in.
Candles can't cling.
Sorry?
Of course, a candle doesn't know who to cling to when the rain sets in, because a candle can't cling. It doesn't have arms. Also, a candle has no brain. This is worse than some of the drivel Arthur Miller used to come out with.
Yes, but...
He also caused me a lot of pain.
Oh, for God's sake! Stop talking about yourself!
Gosh, you're quite assertive, aren't you? I like that in a man.
Really?
Are you married?
No, I'm dead.
Me too. So there are no obstacles between us, apart from the hippo.
Come on, Thomas, you can shift that thing, and then you can be with Marilyn.
Yeah.
Come on, Thomas. Oh, no.
What's wrong, Marilyn?
I got the hiccups.
Oh, no. There's nothing worse, is there?
Oh,
Try putting a key down your back.
If I can just...
Persevere, young Thomas. Liberty awaits you.
Who said that?
That's Abraham Lincoln. I thought that apart from the Marilyn incentive, you might benefit from the inspiring words of one of history's finest motivational speakers.
Free yourselves, Thomas, from your enslavement by that oppressive hippopotamus.
Fine words, Mr. President.
Do you have the hiccups, young lady?
I can't stop.
Oh, there's nothing worse, is there?
Will everyone stop saying that?
You seem very kind, Mr. President. Would you like me to sing you happy birthday in a suggestive way?
Why, that would be delightful, young lady.
She's mine. Get away from her, Lincoln, or I'll be with you in a minute.
All right, so you've successfully destroyed my respect for the ancient Greeks. What's left to do?
Well, there's the rubbing your nose in it. That's the best bit. Yeah. Ah, now this is Pheidippides. Recognise the name?
Pheidippides, a legendary runner. They named Marathon after you, didn't they?
Well, no, because then it would be called the Pheidippides, wouldn't it?
I think he may have some unresolved issues.
26 miles they run. Call that a run? I had to run 150 miles in 2 days. That's the equivalent of 6 marathons in 48 hours.
So, comedians do that nowadays.
Look at the state of my feet. They're still not right.
You ran all that way to beg the Spartans to come to the aid of the Athenians, didn't you?
Against the Persians, that's right.
And what did the Spartans say?
They said they were busy with their religious observances.
What sort of religious observances?
Oh, I don't know. You know what the Spartans are like. Probably a lot of gay sex and nailing children to hillsides. So I ran back to Athens with the bad news, another 150 miles, only when I got back they decided not to wait for the Spartans after all. So they fought the Persians anyway and beaten them at the Battle of Marathon. So I said, does that mean my run was a complete waste of time? And they all laughed. And that's my story.
Well, not quite.
Yes, it is.
What have you left out?
Nothing.
What about the killing spree?
Killing spree?
I was cross, okay? And I have very sore feet. So I ran amok a little bit. With a bow and arrow. And an axe. And some swords. And a javelin. And a seed machine.
So there's another one, Edith, another Greek paragon.
Oh, shut your trap! You've proved nothing.
Well, I've proved that you've got a bit of a gob on you. Well, look on the bright side, Edith. You now have enough material for an exciting new book. The Ancient Greeks. Con men, cynics, psychopaths and perverts. Just like the rest of mankind. Scumspawn, what is going on here?
My prince, thank God you're back.
Yeah, this is hell, Scumspawn. The words thank God feel a little inappropriate.
Sorry, my liege, it's just...
I told you I wanted this stadium cleared.
Well, you did, but
Well, then what's Marilyn Monroe doing here?
Well,
And why is she snogging Abraham Lincoln?
You want to leave his wife for me?
I brought Marilyn here as an incentive to help Thomas free himself. But now that you're back, my prince, perhaps you might like to unhippo the hippo that you created.
Oh, yeah, actually, you're right. He has been trapped under that hippo for quite a while now.
Yes, sir.
I'll get rid of it.
Oh, thank you.
And replace it with a rhino. Slightly heavier.
I can feel that.
And slightly more incontinent.
Yeah, I can feel that as well.
Now then, Edith, given that I have corrected your delusions about the Greeks and their Olympics, perhaps now you'd like to crack on with my biography and...
I still stand by my original statement.
Well, which moronic statement do you mean? You'll have to narrow it down.
The one about the true spirit of the Olympics.
Oh, this girl's loft is full of squirrels, I'm telling you.
I've witnessed it at the London Olympics in 1948.
Yeah? Well, you won't see it in 2012.
2012? Has London got the Olympics? I didn't hear about that.
No, well, being dead makes it hard to keep up with current affairs, doesn't it?
2012. My favourite niece's daughter, Emma, was a junior hurdle champion. She was aiming for the 2012 Olympics. Is she competing in London?
No, I really can't remember.
You told me she was, sir.
Scumspawn?
I remember it clearly.
Yeah, shame you didn't remember the bit about not mentioning it to Edith.
Oh, God, yes, I knew there was something. Got a memory like a goldfish. And I'll tell you something else. I've got a memory like a goldfish.
I want to go and see my little Emma compete at the 2012 Olympics.
You can't.
Why not?
Because you're damned, and the damned don't get to go on day trips.
You've taken mortals up top before.
Only for taunting purposes.
If you take me, then I'll finish your biography.
Careful, Edith. I do not do deals with mortals. Well, not since the one with Tony Blair got out of hand,
Oh, yes, he's coining it in, isn't he, sire?
He certainly is. I should have checked the small print. He's just so plausible.
Listen.
And charming.
All I want...
No, you listen, fleshling. I am not taking you to the London Olympics. Is that clear? And now this story is over, Missy.
This story is not over. You see, what's your problem, you snivelling toe rag?
What's my problem? I'm a few yards away from the woman of my dreams, but I can't do anything because I'm trapped beneath a giant unconscious rhino, and that is my life in a nutshell.
Oh, stop whinging.
And now she's getting jiggy with Abraham Lincoln.
I love your hat, Mr. President. It's so tall.
Well, you know what they say about men with big hats.
All right. Break it up, you two. Back to your pits. Trousers on, Mr. President.
Scumspawn.
Yes.
The rhino is coming too. It's getting off me. Yes, great news. The rhino, it's standing up. And now it's troubling me. It's troubling me. Oh no. Ah!
Oh, hello, Valerie. Surprised to see you back. Are you okay?
Yes, I've stopped shaking now. And how are you, Thomas?
I've been better.
Well, there's always a positive. Because although you've been trampled by a giant rhino, I've managed to get hold of some arnica.
Old Harry's Game featured Andy Hamilton as Satan, Robert Duncan as Scumspawn, Jimmy Mulville as Thomas, and Annette Crosby as Edith, with Felicity Montague, Michael Fenton-Stevens, Philip Pope, and Nick Revel. Old Harry's Game was written by Andy Hamilton and produced by Paul Mayhew Archer.
And next week, Satan does take Edith to the Olympics. That episode of Old Harry's Game is dedicated to the memory of James Grout, who played the professor for many years.
But first, Edith is keen to go to the Olympics. But there's just one small problem.
Old Harry's Game by Andy Hamilton, starring Annette Crosby as Edith, Robert Duncan as Scumspawn, Jimmy Mulville as Thomas, and Andy Hamilton as Satan.
Okay, Thomas, that's good. That's good. The blood pouring down your forehead looks great. Now, keep that expression of extreme pain and start painting, Signor Giotto.
It keeps moving.
Because I'm in agony.
Hold still. Oh, this is ridiculous. Can't I just do you a Madonna with child? I could knock you out one of those really quick.
No, I don't want a Madonna with child. It wouldn't look right here in hell. It just looked like sarcasm, so...
Here she is, my prince.
Edith. Now, I wanted you to see this.
Oh, what is it this time?
Well, I got to thinking, this biography of me that you're writing very slowly, it's bound to be quite academic, you know, probably a bit dry. So I thought it could do with some pickies.
Some pickies?
Yeah. Yeah, to zhuzh it up a bit, you know. Like this one, see?
A life-size tableau of the Last Supper.
Yeah, which is being painted by Giotto himself.
Hello, beautiful lady.
Just ghost me.
Yeah, he can't help that. He's Italian. It's a gene. Now, this tableau is 100% historically accurate. See, there's all the disciples laying into the booze. See, St. Matthew, St. Mark, St. Thomas, just double-checking the bill one last time. And down the end there, that's Judas being played by...
Guess who?
Oh, Thomas is perfect casting, sir.
I know, he's more like Judas than Judas. I did consider using the real Judas, but I didn't want to listen to all that belly aching about how the Pharisees shortchanged him.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how he didn't hang himself, he was murdered by Mossad.
Who's playing all the disciples?
What do you mean, playing?
What?
They are Jesus' disciples.
Jesus' disciples have all ended up in hell?
Yeah, a bit of a downer for Jesus, obviously. See, he's a very nice man, but he's not a very good judge of character. Mary Magdalene took him for every penny. Lazarus turned out to be a social security scrounger, playing dead whenever there was a job offer. Sad, really.
No, none of this is true.
It's gospel. I'm telling you, well, not gospel.
And I suppose you're going to tell me that that's really Jesus.
What would Jesus be doing in hell, unless it was a site inspection? I mean...
The Jesus in this tableau is a commercial lookalike.
That's right, yeah.
A Jesus lookalike?
Yes, he died when an Easter parade got a bit out of hand.
Yeah, people just get caught up in things, don't they? I mean, they see a Jesus lookalike, next thing you know, they're bashing across together. The Daily Mail blamed it on aggressive secularism.
And why is Thomas's head bleeding?
Because he's been bashed on the head with a mallet.
Why?
Well, firstly, you don't need a reason. He's Thomas. The man who, when he was married to your daughter, sold one of her kidneys to Morrison's. But more importantly, the mallet is part of the historical accuracy. You see, the apostles were basically 12 young blokes on the road, and, well, you know what they're like. So once they'd had a few beers inside them, they had this drinking game called Whack Judas with a Mallet. Show him, Andrew.
Ow! He keeps hitting the same bit.
Hey, keep it still, I'm trying to paint.
So that's St. Andrew bashing someone with a mallet.
Well, he is the patron saint of Scotland. I mean, what is it?
This is nonsense. Jesus would never have tolerated such behaviour.
Oh, the mallet game was clearly meant in jest, so Jesus didn't mind.
No. But Judas did, so he betrayed them. Yeah. Nothing whatsoever to do with me. He just got narked about the mallet game. Yeah. So you can put that in your book, along with Mr. Giotto's painting. What's that?
Oh, sorry, my prince, I'm getting a text. Seems we just had a delivery. Some chap who's lost his wife in a rail accident, driven mad with grief, thrown himself in front of a train.
Yeah, OK, well, make him comfortable in the TV lounge.
Very good, sir.
Well, wait a sec. Hell's got a TV lounge?
For special cases, yeah.
Hell has special cases?
Yes, in the very few cases where people are genuinely insane and therefore not responsible for their actions.
So this bloke's just going to sit in a lounge watching TV with no element of torture whatsoever? That's not fair.
Well, life isn't fair. God prefers it that way. Hey, Giotto, keep painting. Oh, and scrub out all those dogs playing cards. Now then, Edith, I thought of some other pictures we could put in my biography. One idea I had...
It's not going to happen.
Sorry?
I'm not continuing with your biography unless you take me up top to watch the London Olympics, so I can see my great-niece Emma compete in the 100 metres hurdles.
Edith, I am not taking you to the Olympics.
Why not?
Well, for a start, it's very hard to get tickets. I didn't enter the ballot, so...
Oh, come on. You're certain. You know people.
Look, I can't just drop everything to escort some old biddy to a sporting event.
Because?
Because this is hell, not a saga holiday.
Well, that's very depressing. And when I'm depressed, I can't write.
Don't try my patience, Edith. Scumspawn?
Yes, my liege, your wish is my command.
Yeah, all right, this isn't Aladdin. Go fetch those demons who are especially skilled at torturing pensioners.
You're bluffing.
Yes, he is.
Scumspawn!
I'm sorry, my prince, but I don't like to see you threatening little old ladies. You're classier than that.
Oh, yeah?
The elderly deserve some respect. I'm still not comfortable about you billeting the Queen Mother with Wallace Simpson.
Oh, come on. The fist fights have been brilliant. How can that be wrong?
Well, you can do whatever you want with me. I shan't write your stupid book.
Oh, this one is so stubborn, Scumspawn, and reckless, refusing to yield before my infinite power.
She reminds me of you, my prince. the defiant way you refused to kneel before man when God commanded you to. And then God hurled you down from heaven. Do you remember?
Oh, let's see. Do I remember being banished to a realm of eternal misery? Of course I bloody remember it. In what possible circumstances would I forget?
Well, I don't know. You've had a lot on.
All I'm asking...
Look, I'll forget it. Forget it. I'll write the thing myself. Yeah, it can be an autobiography. You know, it can be a personal, first-hand account of what happened. Like Alistair Campbell's diaries. Only with less stuff about Burnley and mental illness.
Without a reputable historian, it'll have no credibility whatsoever.
Hell's teeming with historians. Yeah, I could get Gibbon to write it.
I don't think you should employ a monkey, sir. It'd have taken ages.
No, not Gibbon. Gibbon, the historian.
Who wrote The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire.
Exactly.
Yes, he'd be good.
Yeah.
If you don't mind the moralising, you might find that a bit irksome.
Well, I'm sure he wouldn't be as preachy as some. The Venerable Bede, for example.
The Venerable Bede is in hell.
Yeah, we've been over this. There was a huge scandal. He was caught persuading 3 nuns to pose naked for a stained glass window.
Well, Bede will be very weak on anything after the 7th century. In fact, no one will do as good a job as me. I've done the research. I've written most of it. It's tantalisingly close, if you play your cards right.
She's doing my head in.
You might enjoy taking her to London, sir. You've had fun at previous Olympics, haven't you? Like that time when you convinced the organisers that synchronised swimming is a sport.
Oh, yeah. They still haven't worked it out, have they?
And when you tripped Mary Decker and got it blamed on Zola Budd.
Yeah, well, that was classic. No, you're right, Scunthorpe. Come on, Edith.
Oh, St. Peter just landed me a sneaky one.
I did not.
How apt that the Catholic Church should be founded by a man who's so good at denying things. OK, I'm leaving you in charge, Scumspawn. And make sure Giotto finishes that painting.
Sì, d'accordo.
Yeah, and I want 2 coats.
That's fantastic. Another win for a British athlete.
Yeah, I know, and that one was actually British. I mean...
I must say, this stadium is magnificent. Apart from that rather unsightly graffiti.
Unsightly graffiti? No, that's the Olympic logo.
What's it supposed to be?
I think it's a visual representation of a lot of money being flushed down a toilet.
Who's that chap warming up down there?
That is Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, yeah. He's a certainty to break the world record for the 100 metres.
Is he?
Yeah, I'll filled his drink with laxatives. Oh, come on, Edith. Surely I'm allowed to alleviate the boredom with a bit of mischief. That would be great for the spectators. I mean, Usain Bolt is super fast, but think how fast he'll be if he's desperate for the ball.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, look, some moron has jumped onto the track and is joining in with that British athlete's lap of honour.
Yeah, that's the Mayor of London. Boris Johnson.
What? Boris Johnson, the buffoon?
Lots happened since you died, Edith.
Londoners voted in Boris Johnson?
Twice. Well, that's the thing about Londoners. They're not easily embarrassed.
Look at the man. He's making an exhibition of himself.
Oh, don't worry. He won't stay long. He spends most of his day personally supervising the beach volleyball.
Just half an hour till Emma's race. When she was a little girl, she and I had a very special bond. She was so smiley. And we used to play hide and seek for hours. She'll be getting so nervous down in that changing room. I wish I could go down there and give her a big hug.
Yeah, that might not be the ideal preparation for an Olympic final. A cuddle from a dead person.
No, you're right. It might throw her. It's just, I'd really love to give her this lucky charm. Of course, you could give it to her. You could adopt one of your guises.
No, Edith, really, I don't...
Oh, please. It'll bring her luck. Tell her to wear it round her neck.
Is this the lucky charm that you were wearing the night you got murdered?
Yes.
And ended up in hell?
Yes. What are you driving at?
Nothing. Who gave it to you?
My mother.
Oh, right. Your mother. Who got hit by that meteorite.
That was just...
Down a mine.
Well, this charm definitely brought good luck to my great-grandmother. She led a long and rewarding life till she died in 1912.
1912? On board the Titanic?
She didn't die on board the Titanic, clever Dick. She survived the sinking. She was a very strong swimmer, so she managed to swim as far...
As a lifeboat?
No, the iceberg.
So she swam to the safety of the iceberg?
Yes. And if it hadn't had that polar bear on it, then...
A polar bear?
Well, it was a very quick death, which, if you think about it, is actually quite lucky.
Are you sure you want me to give this charm to Emma? The starter will probably shoot her through the head.
Please, it's important to me. And obviously, such an act of compassion would get included in your biography.
Oh, right. Well, to get access to the women athletes changing room, I'll need the right guide, you know, someone female, obviously, and very important. I know, how about this? How do I look?
Very nice.
I'm not sure about the dress. I don't normally wear yellow.
All right, Thomas, I've got 3 of them as you requested.
Good.
Where's Mr. Giotto?
Oh, yes, the apostles started reminiscing about Palm Sunday, and a big fight broke out over why only Jesus got a turn on the donkey. So Giotto threw down his brushes and copped off with Mary Magdalene. Now then, you 3, you're all psychiatrists?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, what exactly do you want from us?
I want you to certify me as insane.
Thomas, you have tried to get yourself declared insane before.
Yes, but never in triplicate. I'll get 3 qualified psychiatrists to state that I am totally unhinged. and then...
Then what?
Then I'll get to sit in the TV lounge. Satan says I'm the most morally repulsive human being of all time, so he singles me out for special punishment. But if I can prove I'm not responsible for my actions because I'm a fruitcake, then...
As mental health professionals, we don't think terms like fruitcake are appropriate.
Ah, yes. But if I'm a fruitcake, then I don't care, do I? The more inappropriate I am, the better. Well, hey, look at me, everyone. I'm being inappropriate.
All right, Thomas, calm down. And pull your pants up.
Woohoo!
Thomas!
Talk to the arse, because the face ain't listening.
Please. I may be a demon, but I don't like shows of vulgarity.
But I can't help myself. I'm mentally ill.
Well, that's problematic terminology.
I beg your pardon?
I'm a proponent of the theories of R.D. Laing, who argues that, in a sense, there is no such thing as mental illness.
Look, Kieran, as a psychiatrist, you cannot go around telling people there's no such thing as mental illness. It's irresponsible.
Why?
Because I've got 3 kids at private school.
Also, Kieran, you know perfectly well that R.D. Laing was, in psychiatric terms, a total fruitcake.
The full Dundee.
I refute that. His treatments were radical and pioneering.
Well, he got patients to smear the walls with their own feces.
And their mental health improved.
Yeah, but his cleaners all had nervous breakdowns.
Please, I think we're losing sight of the objective, which is for you to sign me off as mentally ill.
It's wrong to call certain forms of behaviour mental illness. Instead, we should regard them as part of a necessary healing process.
Yes, but none of that's going to get me into the TV lounge, is it? To do that, I have to prove that I'm completely and utterly deranged.
Right.
Which is why I'm urinating in your ear, nothing personal.
Excuse me, are you Emma?
Yes, It's you. I can't believe this. OMG. This is so exciting that I'm standing here actually talking to Kate Middleton.
Yeah. I just came to wish you luck.
Oh, well, What's the matter with your voice?
Oh, no, this is my normal voice. I just put on that posh, higher voice for royal occasions. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I just dropped by to give you this lucky charm.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, it's not from me, it's from your great Aunt Edith.
My great Aunt Edith?
Yeah, she wants you to have it.
But she's been dead for years.
Wanted you to have it. Sorry, I'm always mixing up my tenses.
I'm like totally the same. Grammar is so not fun.
Yeah, William's always teasing me about it.
Oh, he is so buff. You are so lucky. I cried watching your wedding. It was wonderful. Did you have a lovely day?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was slightly marred by everyone staring at my sister's arse, but, you know... but no, it's, you know...
This charm... It's lovely.
Yes, it is.
Is it silver?
Yes, I think so.
What's it worth?
Well, obviously its value is mostly sentimental.
Mm-hmm. And how much is that in money?
I don't know. Your great aunt...
So, was Edith friends with the Middletons then?
Yes, she was our governess.
Governess? Gosh, how very Downton.
Yeah, well, she was very good with children, as I'm sure you remember, because as a little girl, you had a very special relationship with her, didn't you?
Yeah, I certainly did. Couldn't stand her. I used to run away and hide. She thought it was a game, silly old boot. Lol.
I see. Well, she had fond memories of you. She said you were very smiley.
Yeah, well, Mummy said I had to smile at her so that she put us in her will. And she did. Result.
Right. Well, look, all I know is that if Edith were here now, which she isn't, by the way, definitely not, but if she was, she would just want to say good luck and go out there and win gold for Britain.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Hey, be positive, Emma. Come on.
No, I'm going to come last.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm going to come last.
Says who?
Says the Malaysian bookmaker. He's offered me gazillions. It's called spot fixing, apparently. I shouldn't really be telling you this, but as we've become, like, totally best mates, you could put a few bob on me to come last and make yourself a fortune. How cool is that?
But you've recorded the fastest time in the world this year. If you come last, well, everyone will see you as a humiliated failure.
I know. Think what I'll earn from all those ironic pizza adverts. Ka-ching! Milk it, sister. Do you think this charm is silver?
Well, why don't I take it back and get it valued for you?
Good call, bestie. I better get my racing kit on. A nation awaits.
Right.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, eventually. Lol.
Alrighty, let's see where we're up to. I asked you to certify me as insane. Kieran then asserted there was no such thing as insanity, and then I refuted his argument.
By stabbing him.
Clearly the act of a madman.
Not necessarily. He is quite irritating.
Yeah. Context is everything.
Are you all right, Kieran? Would you like that knife taken out of your back?
No, it's fine.
Well, you look like you're in a lot of pain.
It's okay. My pain is part of Thomas's healing process.
Oh, I see.
Psychologically and emotionally, it's all part of the journey.
I'm going to stab him again. Thomas! So, if you three just certify me as completely doodally, then that's that. I need a certificate, obviously, and we'll just call
We
that...
don't just give a blanket certificate.
No, you'll need a proper diagnosis.
Which mental illness do you think you suffer from?
Which ones are there?
Well, there's paranoia.
Oh, yes, paranoia. Yes, they were always saying I had that. Everyone. All my enemies, especially the invisible ones.
I think we can put a tick against that one.
Good, that's one. What others could I have?
Have you heard voices in your head that say disturbing things?
Yes, I have. Remember once, as I was paying this hitman to ice my granny, I heard a voice in my head saying, should you be doing this? Very disturbing.
You hired a hitman to kill your granny?
Yes, well, you have to sometimes, don't you? Otherwise, the old dears just go on forever, don't they? So what do you...
No, hold on. I'm just writing something down. Psychopath.
Well, that's a very subjective value judgment. Perhaps it's not Thomas that's psychopathic. Perhaps it's society.
Ow!
Thomas! Give me that mallet.
He deserved that. He was trying to cheat me out of my place in the TV lounge. And he can't, because I'm Thomas Crimp and I am special.
Narcissist.
So I brained him with the mallet.
Psychotic.
What else could I have done? Come on, I need as many as possible to convince Satan.
Well, there's Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
What's that?
Well, it's when someone deliberately creates some great drama in order to get lots of attention.
Oh, so, say, if someone set fire to an orphanage just so they could get positive publicity by rescuing the orphans from the roof, then...
Yes, that's a very good example.
What do you mean, example?
I'm going to need a bigger piece of paper.
Home again. Nothing like the smell of sulphur and burning flesh. Listen to me, getting all sentimental.
So why didn't you give Emma my lucky charm?
Well, the truth is that she told me things that...
She told you what things?
She told me,
Come on, my darling little Emma told you what?
She told me that she's not superstitious. No, so she felt she didn't need it.
Oh, right. Well, she did. She clattered into every hurdle. I was so proud of her, mind. Even though she came in last, she was still smiling.
Yeah. And punching the air, yeah.
Did she remember me?
Oh, yes. Yes, she remembered you with great clarity. Thomas, why is Thomas smiling? Now he's laughing. I do not like that.
You can't punish me, goatee legs, because I am clinically insane.
I'm afraid that's correct, sir. These three psychiatrists carried out a detailed study of Thomas's psyche.
Yes, and in our professional opinion, he has every mental illness known to psychiatry, and quite a few that aren't.
See? So show me to that TV lounge, because I'm mad, me. Maddest of the mad. Mad, totally mad.
Compared to whom?
What?
Well, are you madder than Edith, who, despite all the evidence, still believes in the spirit of the Olympics and the love of great nieces? Or are you as mad as Scumspawn, who lives in a realm of eternal misery and yet stays as relentlessly cheerful as the One Show?
Yes, but...
Or are you madder than these psychiatrists who spent their lives listening to the chaotic muck that sloshes around inside the heads of human beings?
Listen.
And are you as mad as me, Thomas, the prince of all evil who just took an old lady for a day out? Or as mad as my job, with all its pointless persecuting, stretching into infinity? Or as mad as a god who kills the eldest children of people who disobey him? Are you really saying that you're madder than all that?
I've got a certificate.
See, who is to say who is mad in the land of the mad?
That's very much what R.D. Lang says.
Did you know you've got a knife in your back?
Oh, don't worry, that's all part of the process.
Listen, the bottom line is that my brain's not joined up properly, ergo I am not responsible for my actions, as has been proved, using the science of psychiatry. What?
Sorry, amusing use of the word science there.
The point is, you cannot continue to torment me because it's irrational, and you have no moral authority.
Thomas?
Don't hurt me.
You are 100% right. What? The scales have fallen from my eyes.
Oh, I get that. It's a dryness thing.
Hey,
Things you can use.
No, Scumspawn, I don't mean literally that.
Or baby shampoo's quite good.
No, Scumspawn, it's...
So, I'd just like to check I've got this right. You, Satan, are saying that I can go and sit, free from torment, in the TV lounge?
Yes.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, you're always urging me to show some mercy.
Yes, but not to him. He's scum.
Yeah, I know. No, go on, Thomas. Off you go.
Yes, I'm free from the pain at last. Free to sit in the haven that is the TV lounge. The TV lounge, where I actually... Where is the TV lounge?
Well, it's next to the games room. Just follow the sound of ping pong.
Brilliant! I can watch the Olympics.
I'm afraid not, Thomas. That telly is permanently tuned in to loose women.
What's loose women?
You'll find out.
Well, whatever it is, it can't be worse than being physically tortured.
You'll find out.
All right, I'm going. Free! I'm going to spend the rest of eternity with my feet up in front of the telly!
Well, I didn't see that coming.
No, okay. Now then, Edith, you got some writing to do, because that was our deal. If I took you to the Olympics, you'd finish my book. And what are you handing me, Scumspawn?
This is cream for your falling eye scales problem, sire.
Oh,
No, ignore the expiry dates. I don't think they apply in eternity.
Well, if I'm expected to make this biography of you definitive, then I shall need to interview both God and Jesus.
Are you sure they'll want a full list of questions in advance? You know what they're like.
And final copy approval. They're very jumpy about accuracy.
Yeah, ever since Moses missed out those 97 commandments. They went nuts.
I need full access to everything. All your records
And you'll still need some pickies. Scumspawn, go round up the disciples and Giotto so they can finish that tableau.
Yes, my liege.
Oh, yeah, and get Richard Nixon to stand in for Thomas as Judas. But don't let him bang on with all the anti-Semitic stuff. That'll just start a fight.
Yes, my liege.
What else? Oh, yeah, when you've done that, collect up all the most vicious, violent demons you can find and all the vilest venom-spitting furies.
Yes.
And all the most terrifying giant serpents, the most nightmarish, flesh-tearing monsters we've got. And then once you've got them all together,
yes,
chuck them in the TV lounge.
Old Harry's Game featured Andy Hamilton as Satan, Robert Duncan as Scumspawn, Jimmy Morville as Thomas, and Annette Crosby as Edith, with Felicity Montague, Michael Fenton-Stevens, Philip Pope, and Nick Revel. Old Harry's Game was written by Andy Hamilton and produced by Paul Mayhew Archer.